glitching again. We'll go? Yeah. We straight.
Yeah, we good.
Glitching again.
Yes, Lord. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? It's your favorite boys. Team Boy TV Live is back. I be your boy Big Q. I am joined, as always, by my homies, man. And first, before I introduce my boys, I want to give a shout out to both of y'all. I was under the weather for the last couple of months, man. Y'all support and everybody out there in the Twitter sphere and all my peoples online, the people who supported me while I was down and out, man. I definitely appreciate it. But I got JB, the Raven Shogun, in the building. What's going on, homie?
Hey, what's up? What up, Glass?
It's been a while,
man. Right? It's been a little while, but you know something, yeah. Q. Being back, it's bigger than just being in front of the camera. It's got everything to do with you, big bro. So I am so happy to be here today for reasons other than this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Glass, man. Look, during the time I was under the weather, bro, you was right there, dude. You was texting me. You was hitting me up. I definitely appreciate that. Get with it, sports. The Sage of Sports Glass is in the building. What's going on, homie?
What up, Q? What up, JB?
Yeah.
Just like JB said, man, ain't even about all this, man. Make sure you here with us, man.
Yeah.
Nice and healthy, man. Glad you're back, bro.
I'm glad I'm back, too. You know what I'm saying? Because, where I was wasn't good. But I'm glad I'm back. And I'm glad I'm able to get with my homies, man. I'm glad we're able to put the show back together again. And we got a good one. We got a good one this week. We got a good one because, look, we done missed half of the season. And basically, we got a lot of catching up to do. But at the same time, we don't want to dwell on the past, right? We ain't going to dwell on the past too much. We'll talk about some of that stuff, but we going to open up the show. And Glass, this one close to home. This one's close to home. I got to open it up with my boy Cam's Presser just a little while ago, about an hour and a half or so ago. Listen, this is what I'm going to say. This goes back to the Super Bowl 2 years ago and that whole debacle. And, and we understood, and it was cool. And then it was the I'm a black quarterback thing a little bit after that. And then it was just a couple, what was this, earlier this month? He got into it with the lady reporter or whatever.
Yeah.
And now, like, the walking off, and I don't know. Glass, I'm coming to you first, bro. Like, what's wrong with Cam right now, bro? Like, what's going on?
Shoot, I was going to ask you some questions. Like, what the hell? What did the reporter say that was so egregious to walk off? See, that's the thing. I got a problem with him.
He asked him about
chunky plays,
right? And why Carolina couldn't get none, and like what's going on with the offense?
But that's a question that I mean, that's their job. They ask you questions that's, if you want to say uncomfortable, they're uncomfortable. But you can't just up and walk and say no questions and walk off.
Right.
I guess they said his excuse was that he'd been up there 10 minutes. He fulfilled his media thing and he could walk off. That ain't how you walk off, man.
I don't know, JB. It's just the thing is, like, it's always something with Cam. It's always something with him. And a lot of times, I think the female reporter thing kind of got blown out of proportion a little bit. But this is different because this is a repetitive pattern of after you lose a game, especially when you lose like that, this is how you behave. I don't know how you feel about that.
It's a pre-week interview. I just had a discussion, with Lowe's about what a rhetorical question was, So sometimes, man, if you asking, somebody asks you something that ridiculous, I'm sure he watched the game. You don't feel like you pretty much answering the question when you asking, or you already know, so it don't deserve a response from me. Now, granted, back to his professionalism and his media obligation to be up there. I mean, I get that, but Nobody lose nothing from a presser,
right?
Especially a midweek presser. It
Well,
don't even matter.
you say that, but we're talking about a polarizing character like a Cam Newton. Like, you know, certain dudes just can't act like that in front of the media. You know what I mean? They just can't, because the media gonna keep on. You know, we talked about it off air, like Marshawn Lynch a couple years ago, and some other characters where, you know they gonna get something from this guy, right? So
Well, how about this? Yeah, okay. How about when are we ever gonna hold the media accountable for the things that they do?
You know why? Because you know what? As much as it is their fault, Glass, and I know you getting ready to go, they ask dumb questions. They ask repetitive questions. They ask questions they already know, like you said, a rhetorical question they already know the answer to. But that's their job. You know what I'm saying? So why can't the athletes do their job and just answer the dumbass questions and move on?
You know what? Okay, let me put it like this. I'm a cape up for Cam this time.
Okay.
With Jordan Rodriguez asked him that question, he was, I'm sure he didn't mean nothing by it when number one, I don't see anything sexist with this. So you know,
right. I mean, it was like a joke, but I think it was more putting her on blast than anything.
But let's not forget, it cost him money.
Right.
Yeah.
He lost the yogurt sponsorship. So it's like, man, I'm scared to answer questions now because it's costing me hundreds of thousands of dollars,
right,
if not millions.
Yeah.
So I can feel for him if you want, you know. He want to say something out of pocket, where we deem might be out of pocket, and cost him more money.
Man, at the end of the day, this is a damn game, man.
Right, but you know,
I mean, really though, you know, I mean, if anybody should be getting a presser as a doctor, you know, like, you know, and he walk off, then there's a whole lot should be said about that.
But you don't think that the media stuff is part of the game?
Well, you know but I mean, it ain't serious enough to, you know, you start attacking a person's real life and their character of their real life. Because I'm pretty sure what's gonna happen next is, you know, he's childish, he can't handle losses, blah blah blah.
Right. You know, that's what the conversation gonna be about. You know what I mean? But now, you know, if you think about his performance, it was pretty atrocious. You know, you got beat by Mitchell Trubisky, a rookie. Is he a rookie? He's a rookie. And they beat you with 7 passes. You know, and the defense just completely just had a field day. A defense that's ranked, I don't know what, Glass, they went like 29 or something like that.
Oh, they moved up some spots. Chicago.
Well, yeah, they got, of course, they got 3 interceptions in one game. I'm saying, of course, they're gonna move up.
They had some more the game before that.
No, we wasn't. I think we was. If anything, the look worse is 21st.
Okay.
And that's when Trevathan was out.
Right. Okay.
But we've been.
But at the end of the day, you still got beat by a team, you know, defense who, you know, ain't notorious. And and they beat you with 7 passes. They beat you with 7 freaking passes. You know.
Why you think that? Why you think that?
Because the defense was taking the ball away from the Carolina Panthers every chance they got.
I think Cam's still trying to get over that shoulder surgery. Number one, they're trying to implement McCaffrey in that system, and they don't know how to do it.
They don't know how to do it, and they have
but at the end of the day, let's give Chicago some credit.
I give Chicago some credit, but they beat you with 7 passes, and you know, I'm just saying.
What do you mean by that?
They beat you with 7 passes. Do you see the Ravens getting beat by a team with 7 passes? That threw 7 passes all game.
Actually,
50 yards receiving, 50 yards.
Okay, well, the game that the Ravens actually lost to Chicago to, it was a similar kind of outing. You know, turnovers for points. That happens. Yeah. I mean, you don't got to throw a whole lot of touchdown passes when the defense scoring. I mean,
you know, and you can't score. You know, and that's the whole reason for them to walk off the stage, because they couldn't even score a touchdown in the game. The offense couldn't do nothing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, if that's the case, then y'all better get used to Cameron walking off the stage then.
Well, I don't know what the problem is. Funches is healthy. Kelvin Benjamin is healthy. You know, they got Samuels is healthy. You know, the only person who ain't there is the tight end. He's the only one in the offense that's missing. You know, so
I think you're missing the very most important thing in this whole equation, man. That's to give the Chicago Bears credit for game planning. They had you. They had your number. They had our number. They're gonna surprise a few more people. They don't need Trubisky to do nothing. But
apparently not.
They drafted him to be.
Do nothing. He did nothing but snap the ball. That's all he did. You know. So switching gears, Colin Kaepernick was invited by some players to attend the meetings on Tuesday. You know, these meetings they've been going to with 11 owners and the players. They've been getting together talking about a bunch of different things. Especially like the kneeling and the stuff that's been going on with the protests. This comes on the heels, Glass, of was it just a couple days ago, a week ago, Colin Kaepernick filed a grievance to the NFL about the owners colluded against him, keeping him from, getting a job in the NFL. JB, here's the first thing. I'm kind of worried for Colin here. He going into the Lions den, if this is true, if this is what's really going on, he going into the Lions den after he done slapped him with the glove already. He already done slapped him with the glove, and now he going into the Lions den. With that, true, he got his boys with him, but he going into the Lions den. What you expect is going to happen if this actually goes down?
The question ain't for me. Is what does he expect? What is your point? What's the message? I mean, from what I can see, these guys are already chose a side and they sticking with whatever he started. So what's the point of walking back? I mean, because it ain't against the NFL.
Right.
I understand it clearly, but at the same time, this is a money generated driven type of situation. And I mean, he hurt a lot of people's pockets. So I don't understand the affiliation altogether. Maybe he's doing it to try to, better the relationship so he can get back to playing. I don't know, but I can't see no other real reason for him to be talking to players.
Well, he's talking to the players and the owners. There's going to be 11 owners there too.
Okay. So, I mean, wait though, but what bridge is he trying to gap?
That's the question, right? You know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, Glass, I don't think this is about him getting a job. I think this is about him hammering the nail home with the grievance that he done filed already, letting them know that he ain't playing. And this is more about the Colin Kaepernick cause than it is about Colin Kaepernick playing football, in my personal opinion. What you think?
I could go with that. Number one, we need to hear from Colin Kaepernick because we haven't heard him in almost 2 years, if I'm mistaken.
Right.
Year and a half, 2
14
years.
months. It's been a while.
So it's about time for him to come out because everybody out here caping up for him, all the players, and we need to hear from him. Number one. Number two, I would love to know what he filed these charges of collusion against the NFL. I hope he has some emails or some audio.
They said they got a smoking gun, and I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying they said they got a smoking gun.
And you know what? I'm gonna give Colin Kaepernick some credit.
Yeah.
If he holding out till you get all his till he crosses T's and dots his I's, congratulations. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. Now it's time to get out here. And I hear you saying he's going to the Lions Den, but he need to go into the Lions Den. Anytime you hold a protest, you want to meet up with the people you protesting against.
Right.
But he's not protesting against the league, though.
But he used the league as the platform to protest.
Right. So
you got to.
JB got a point though. So the league really can't the whole point of these meetings, because remember Roger Goodell was getting ready to put a mandate out that everybody stand for the anthem or whatever, and the players was like, "Oh hell no, you ain't about to tell us what we can and can't do when it comes to stuff like that." That's the whole point for these meetings. And like JB said, he didn't protest against the NFL. He used the NFL. So yeah, they pissed, and a lot of Jerry Jones and all them, they worried about their money. They worried about people talking about boycotting.
I totally understand what you guys saying, but once again, this is the league that's booted him out. Number one,
right,
and number two, he used this league as a platform. So I'm sure a lot of owners that they tick, but then again, you want to talk to this man and figure out how we could rectify this whole situation.
But you know what? Here's the thing, JB. If he hired a lawyer, a high-powered, Hollywood lawyer, whoever this guy's supposed to be, and they put together this grievance, it's something there, Glass. You don't believe in the collusion aspect of this whole entire thing?
Oh, I definitely. Oh, come on now. I've been talking about this from day one.
We talking about the Cardinals signing Mike Bercovici to the practice squad. Because they
not picking up anybody. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me. No, that's okay. Let me just do this. Now, the only thing I can see that this is what's going to happen with this, because Roger Goodell came out and he thought maybe it was a timeline for the kneeling that was going to end. Maybe it was going to end by maybe a certain week. So that's when everybody was starting to speak. They had enough. We gonna give you your right. But your rights are continuous. Your amendment right is continuous. But they wanted it to stop at a certain time, like Pink Month end at the end of this month, right? So for me, the whole meeting of the sides is for him to throw a little bit of water on this. I guess people will stop doing what they're doing if they see him back in uniform, or if there's a possibility.
You think so?
I kind of got a feeling that that's
if
what
you
it's
got
about.
these players around the league who got his back, or as Glass like to say, caping up for him, they come into his aid for the cause. They still kneeling, knowing what may happen. Everybody done seen, Colin Kaepernick get put on the stake. He done been crucified by the NFL, and everybody done saw it, right? And these people are still doing this for Colin. They not protesting for the cause. They protesting for Colin. Mm-hmm. And you gonna tell me Colin gonna walk into here after he done filed a grievance with these same people and be like, yo, I'm a back. You get out of here. You crazy. This is not about that. I'm telling you. He going in there with a plan, and he going in there to attack. I'm telling you, that's what it's about.
He should go in there with a plan. We don't know yet, but he should go in there with a plan. And he do owe these players some kind of explanation or something that's where we're going from here, because I think it was last week with Seattle Seahawks when damn near the whole defensive line or defensive team knelt and they got berated in who they played. They got berated in wherever they played last week, man. So he owes these players some explanation why he's doing what he's doing. And then, like you said, I think he has a plan. But before we move on, let me ask you this, man. You two here, I talked about it with Brandon last week on 2 Cent Deposit on Sports. What is so disrespectful of kneeling? Because this is how you know. And I don't mean to jump off the subject. We're gonna get it right back. Yeah. This is how you know they ain't even about the flag. But simple fact, I was saying last week, I was going through the family room, and my youngest one was watching Lord of the Rings. And explain this to me. Every time you meet up with the king and the queen, what do? You
bow, you kneel.
In respect, right?
In respect.
All they doing is kneeling for the flag. So what's so disrespectful? What changed all of a sudden that kneeling is disrespectful?
With JB, before I get your take on this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this, Glass. It ain't never, ever, ever, not from day one, been about the flag or about the anthem. They use those two things as distractions so they don't have to talk about what Colin is talking about. They don't want to talk about that because it's embarrassing. It makes them look a certain kind of way, and now they the bastards of the world, and they the bad guys, and you can't look at the gangsters and the thugs out there in South Central or whatever no more because now it's white people or whatever the case may be. I'm just gonna put it out there. It ain't never, ever been about the flag or the anthem, in my personal opinion. I just been observing this thing for 14 months, and I can't see where it's really been about disrespecting, being a patriot. I don't know, JB. That's just my take. What you think? I told people the takes gonna be hot tonight. I told them that. That's a couple mic drops right there. What can I say?
Hey, man, I just set it up for the alley-oop. That's all, man.
So what you got, JB?
That's it. I'm like, mic drops, both of y'all, man. I mean, kind of said the same thing I would say.
I'm just saying. So I don't know. At the end of it, I just think that Colin ain't going in there begging and groveling nobody for no job because of the fact that he already done what he done and he done lined himself with certain people and he is not working through the NFLPA. He working on his own outside of everything. He is coming in there with some. If they'll allow him in the building, I don't know if they're gonna allow him in the building or not. So
right.
We have to see. Okay, Glass. Let's go ahead and go here because it was a thing that went down a couple weeks ago. And, the good folks over at Urban Arena Sports, Ice Cold Eric and his Eagles and them, they were talking a bunch of junk. And I'm going to be honest with you. I really didn't pay him no attention. I was like, the Eagles, I understand they was putting together a nice little record and all this stuff. They were doing some nice stuff. But this quarterback, though, I don't know. Between him and Jared Goff, I don't know. Like Jared Goff, we'll talk about that in a minute. But I don't know what's going on with that. But Carson Wentz, man, I've been humbled by him. I let you know, what he did to the Carolina Panthers was, and that dude is, for him to be so young, he is just he got it. I mean, I see so many traits of other, legendary quarterbacks in this guy. Glass, I'm gonna start with you first, man. Let's talk about this young guy, and tell me what you think. Should we start crowning him I'm getting the feeling that we're getting ready to put the Andrew Luck treatment on him. I'm getting that feeling, and I don't know if we want to do that or not. I'm just saying, what you think? You know how we crowned Andrew Luck early
on Wentz.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't even compare him to Andrew Luck. Right. Andrew Luck got crowned before he even got into the league. This man earned his his stripes right here, especially what I seen. Was it Monday Night Football? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This man got control of the team when he first got on the field last year. Now that they got a defense going on, he got more control. He got more weapons to work with. Because I still kicking Bears in the butt for letting go of Alshon Jeffries, but that's a whole nother story. But right now. He's doing things in the pocket that we haven't seen before. He got an arm out this world, and he can run. Yeah. That's all you want in a quarterback, and make good decisions. Yeah. I don't know how many. I think he got 14 TDs to
14 interceptions to 6 interceptions, or 6, 14 and 6,
somewhere around there. Yeah. So I mean, what can you ask for?
Yeah. So
what can you ask more from a quarterback, especially a sophomore quarterback?
Right. You know, I don't know, JB. This is my concern. You know, like we talked about Andrew Luck, we crowned Andrew Luck early, very, very early. And then last year it was Dak Prescott, and we see how this is turning out for Dak Prescott. I'm just worried. I mean, we looking at this, you know, and I don't know if we seeing, you know, a Spectre or whatever, or a Shimmer. I don't know what this is, but it's impressive. I don't know. What are you saying with it?
Well, I'm gonna echo Glass about, you know, his intangibles, pocket presence, toughness. He got speed. He make good decisions. The guy really don't get rattled. He can ID certain things on defense from defenses, and most importantly, he is part of the build. He is the start of the rebuild. Like unlike some of these other quarterbacks that just get into a good situation, you know, once the good situation start to erode due to salary cap or trade or what have you, retirement, they start getting exposed. But Carson Wentz is going to be better as it goes because he is. The Eagles only could get better, especially with him at the helm, because this is the second year of the rebuild, and he's that good right now.
Yeah. So I don't know, Glass. So right now they sit on top of the NFC East. The Dallas Cowboys ain't really providing that much comp to them. There's nobody else. The Giants are the all-time suckiest team right now. So you know, at this rate, you know, a lot of people are already saying it. They putting Philly in the Super Bowl. I can't do it. I mean, even though they look, I can't even see another NFC team that's even close. Now, after Aaron Rodgers went down, before Aaron Rodgers went down, I would have been like, the Pack would have been my team. You know, then I look at because I mean, what else is going on in the North, right? You know, what else is happening there, right?
Right.
You know, Bradford is going to down year in Minnesota. You know, Bridgewater is reporting back to practice. They might bring him in soon. Who knows? You know what I mean? So, you know, it looked like, you know, the Packers were the way to go. And then you got nobody in the South wants it. Atlanta and Carolina both tanking hard right now. You know what I'm saying? So nobody, you know, and I thought Tampa was going to be the leader, right? But, you know, don't nobody in the South want it, right? So you know, that just leaves it wide open for this young Eagles team to just run roughshod over the whole entire conference, because I can't see nobody that can really challenge them. I really can't.
I hear you. Oh, okay. I'm looking at this now. You know what? It's easy to say that the Eagles. I ain't gonna say the Eagles are gonna go all the way to the Super Bowl. They have a chance. Let's not get it twisted. They are the best team in the league right now with 6-1 record. But let's not forget, they just lost their left tackle Monday. Torn ACL, torn MCL. Defense lost their linebacker. I think the defensive captain. So let's see how they look after that.
Right.
And let's not, and like you said, Bridgewater and them Vikings, they might have something to say about all this. The Rams.
Okay, the Rams. Okay, so that's a close second. The Rams are right there.
Yeah, they almost got the full package, if you ain't mistaken. And my man, I don't know his name, McVay.
Sean McVay from? It's weird. Dude came from Carolina.
Hey, he could be coach of the year. I'm just gonna put it out there like
that.
For
real, I agree because he do some wild stuff. Like what he did with Jared Goff in 1 year, JB. Like I'm saying, like we went from Mike Fisher not knowing what to do with the kid to McVay coming in, and now the dude is like a wonder kind or something like that. He's just out there just. I mean, it don't even sound like the same guy. It really don't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I know the Rams got a stout defense. You know, they got a nice running back who had a couple down years or whatever, but he back in the saddle. You know, and they got some good tight end, good running wide receivers that they put in all kind of weird places. And what's that little young speedy guy, number 10, 11? What's his name? I forgot his name is. That little wide receiver.
Austin.
Oh yeah, they put him everywhere, and he acts a fool, right? So You know, I'm just so the Rams, and that sounds crazy to me, JB. That sounds crazy. The Rams and the Eagles for the NFC champion. No.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't believe in either. I believe more in the Rams than I do the Eagles, and I know y'all gonna react to that for the simple fact that okay, it's cool up until this point. I don't glass. You know, you way up where you at, and I know you feel the weather change now too, right? So as we go, these rookie teams, these new guys, they don't understand that type of atmosphere. I mean, granted, you've been playing college ball, you know, you've been in the league maybe 2 years, but it's a different game when you're jockeying for playoff scenarios and things like that. The fun is over. The little honeymoon stage over. Yeah, you know, you took it. They got advantage of. They strength the schedule up to this point. But there are some teams that's way better. That's more. Well, I won't say better because your record says who you are. But they got veteran leadership that can say, okay, you know, we're gonna exploit the fact that they're inexperienced in this type of atmosphere, and we'll see. Now, if they make it through that, I'll give them some solid credit. But we've seen this. We've seen experienced guys like Andy Dalton get off, have a really colorful regular season, and then what happens after that?
Right. Yeah,
when it counts, you know, when you most magnified by your opponent.
I don't know, man, but I disagree with you in the fact that you know you believe more in what's going on. They veterans over there. Well, they are. I don't know. It just seemed like the Eagles might be a little bit more dominant on the offensive part of the ball. I know Goff is being protected a lot by the defense. He's being protected a lot by the powerful running that they doing with Gurley and they, you know and all the stuff they're doing with Austin and all that. I mean, so, you know, he don't really get a lot of chances to make a lot of mistakes. I mean, McVay done disguised this thing where this dude looks like a champ, and he ain't really doing much. Let
me tell you something, man. Now, I mean, how long we been watching this game?
We watched the game for a long time. I'm just saying.
Okay, so
shout out to D1 shows. Like, leave it to D1.
I seen him, man.
Okay.
We'll get to that. But anyway, so you trying to tell me that you can win all these games and not really recognize the opponents that they play. You could do all this without a running game because they have a little running game to speak of. It's been all
when you say they, who you talking about?
The Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. So, and you telling me come a big time game where a team needs a win or string together some wins. Nick Angor or whatever his name is, and Alshon Jeffrey is gonna be. And Torrey Smith gonna get you where you gotta go.
No,
I just don't believe it.
Right. I mean, I feel you on
I'm
that.
just not buying that.
But the proof is in the pudding, though, JB. I'm just saying. I look at what Philly been doing to people, you know, and I ain't saying that because I think the Rams been kind of running the score up on people a little bit too. But I don't know. I feel what you're saying about the veteran stuff going on out west, but on the east side, man, I just feel like they. And again, they done had a pretty light schedule, you know, and
I personally, right now, so. I just personally think the sky will fall.
I hope so, because you know what, I don't want us to sit here and get this dude the Andrew Luck treatment. I don't want to do him like that. I want to see what he really got because it's just like him and Goff kind of exploded out of nowhere, you know, and it just don't seem like it seemed like fool's gold to me, Glass. I ain't ready to bite down.
All right, let me put this out. Let me put y'all on the spot and ask you this question. Where Wentz line up in your quarterbacks right now? Where's Wentz at with your quarterbacks? I mean, if he ain't number one, he got to be number two.
He in the top 10. You know that about that. You know, I mean he is.
I don't think so.
Oh wait, JB, what's up?
Look at the landscape of the NFL right now. As far as most of them hurt right now, anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not putting this guy nowhere close to Matt Ryan, man. I won't put him nowhere. I'm not putting him nowhere
before I take Ryan, bro.
I'm not putting him. Ryan got right now.
It don't matter about that, bro. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. I won't put him. He ain't even in the class with Blake Bortles.
Whoa,
in my opinion.
Whoa. The takes are hot tonight. The takes are gonna be hot.
Telling you,
but
man.
Here's the thing, though, JB. Look, how many touchdowns did Matt Ryan have last year? Right. Think about this, and then think about how many touchdowns he got midway point through the season. Now it ain't even close.
Right. Man, I could just remember we were saying the same thing about Jameis Winston and whatever. Right. Yeah, it's gonna fall. It's going. He got to get his. He had to earn his. He had to earn it.
Well, he said right now.
He got to take his lumps.
He said right now. He said right now.
Okay. Right now.
Say what's going on right now. Yeah.
Wait, man. Hold up.
Think about it. Rodgers is gone. Carson Palmer is gone. We lost Carr for a minute, but he back. How many other quarterbacks we done lost? We done lost a bunch of them.
Wait a minute.
It ain't many. It's a mass unit for QBs out there right now, JB.
I'm taking Alex Smith. Yeah, trip.
I'm still tripping. You
right
said
now.
Bortles before Wentz,
I
man.
know,
For sure, man.
I know.
Hey, go back and look at they schedule. I don't know. Y'all ain't been watching like you supposed to.
I ain't drinking the green Kool-Aid, but
You telling me, man.
I smell the hate.
I'm not
right
hating.
here.
You telling me
Bortles before
Alshon Jeffries, Torrey Smith, and Angor is the reason they're better than for 6 or 8 weeks of football. How many weeks has been Glass?
What's their record?
7 weeks of football.
What's their record?
You
They
telling
lost
me
They're
they're
6
the
and
best?
1, and they're 6-1.
You telling me can't nobody guard them because they ain't been running the ball. We know that.
How many games? 2, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just saying, no, they ain't running the ball, but they doing something. They doing something, right? And you just talked about all the skills and the intangibles.
Hey, I mean, granted, hey, you don't make. They don't make the schedule. You play who the schedule.
Has Jeffries been this productive? Has Angelor been this productive?
You know I actually never heard of the guy until
Fletcher Cox. This is on some other stuff, but Fletcher Cox, the old guy, having a resurrection right now. I'm just saying. To
this point,
they cooking right now, dude. You know
all
what
right,
I'm
JB.
saying?
I'm on you right now because you just talking outside your neck with this.
I'm not, man. You'll see.
You saying Bortles before Wentz?
Yes.
I know Wentz won some games for the Eagles. I cannot say Bortles won games for the Jaguars.
No,
that goes on Fournette in that defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Matt
just
Moore
saying.
is better than every one of y'all starting QB.
Okay,
Moore
all right. You know what, chosen one? Until your team do better. Oh, well, they 4-2. I give you a hand clap.
Yeah,
but come on, man, Matt Moore. And I'm keeping up for Matt Moore. I like Matt Moore. I don't think they should have got Jay Cutler. They should have stuck with Matt Moore. But that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother subject right there.
Yeah.
Matt Moore before Wentz, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You must be smoking that Miami weed or something.
And Jimmy right there with him. So anyway, Glass, let's tie this up.
Hey, I know it. I like Wentz, but I'm just telling you. We said the same thing about Jameis Winston. We said the same thing about a couple of these guys, man.
And I'm about to agree with JB on this. Yeah. We talked about Wentz the same time last year. This time last year, where they ended up.
Yeah, I mean, that was
so I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I like Wentz, but I ain't gonna drink the green Kool-Aid.
I'm not drinking it either. You gonna have to show me, man.
Okay,
got to show me.
Saying that record looks
and right now, as we sit, Roethlisberger is the only quarterback that was young in his second year that actually did something. Okay. You can keep your regular seasons, man. You can have them all you wish, or whatever your strength of schedule is up to this point.
You're gonna get Pittsburgh defense no props with them when Ben's first 2-3 seasons. You disregard that. Anyway, Glass, set us up with this Martavius Bryant story.
All right, man. Evidently, everybody in Pittsburgh crying about not touching the ball, but Martavius took it to a whole nother level. We know Le'Veon Bell, number one. It was so much discord over in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Le'Veon Bell unhappy because he got the franchise tag. Then you got Antonio Brown upset because Ben missed him on one play. He had to knock over a Gatorade thing to get some attention. Now Martavius Bryant, who was out all last year because he was smoking weed, lost like $800,000, which is his fault. Now over here complaining about he's not getting any touches and he want to get traded. Let me just put it to you like this: Martavius needs to just shut the hell up and just play.
Well, or play when they let him play. Now here's the thing, JB. So Mike Tomlin was like, I don't care what this dude talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I ain't trading you nothing. You gonna play out your contract because they got another year left or something like that, right? And shut up. And you ain't gonna get traded. You can't just cry and get your. This is Pittsburgh. So first of all, JB, what do you think about Mike Tomlin's response, and then tell me what you think about Bryant.
Correct. I mean, you it's your fault you in this predicament. From the begin with, you would have been a whole lot further in your development had you not been smoking on the weed. Okay. Number two is that something is happening in practice. Juju is doing something better than you. He getting the reps. Okay. So, but really, I want to add this too. This went way back to draft night when they drafted Juju Smith. It was some tweets going back and forth between Bryant and Brown about Juju was coming to steal somebody's job, and they was going back and forth about it ain't gonna be me. He coming to take your job, and look like it's playing out.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what he most upset about. I think. Yeah. But you remember that, Glass?
Yeah.
But here's the thing I got an issue with. and we talk about this all the time on the show, but players who just feel like they can just walk into the office and just demand stuff, you know, and especially a dude who ain't got no credibility, right? You know, look, I understand he's a talented individual, I get that, but you know, again, you got some past transgressions against the team or whatever, you know, behavioral problems or whatever. You're gonna walk into the office and demand things?
Mm-hmm.
No. You know what I'm saying? That part I don't like. And I hate the fact that players feel like they can do that. All of them feel like they can do that. You know, just go in the office and be like, what? Look, dude, I ain't happy with my amount of touches. I ain't happy with my amount of targets. I ain't happy. You know, I want to trade. You know, we see it all the time.
You know what? But that just shows you the diva aspect of a wide receiver. And you can't be in a business of trading people because they want to be traded.
Right.
And then everybody be coming to the office hollering about stuff. I mean, even though we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the stone cornerstones of the NFL, but you want to stay on the team that's at least doing something.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna trade you to the to the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
If you're gonna be crying like that.
Absolutely. You know,
I just think the guy, what was this passion to want to play? He wouldn't be in. They wouldn't even drafted a receiver if you wasn't so. He wasn't so flaky,
right?
You know, you out for an entire year, not because you injured. We can't use you. They can't do nothing with that. I mean, you out for the worst reason. You suspended for the worst reason, and it's behavior or substance abuse. That doesn't get people to trust you. Nobody can trust. They don't know the next time you might want to go. Like right now, he unstable. He might go get high, easy.
You know what I mean? He might go do something crazy. You know what I mean?
But the insurance policy is they drafted Juju Smith. So they got him.
But here's the thing I don't understand about Tomlin's reaction. Why shut him down? Like, why not grant him this? Because you obviously he ain't doing nothing for you. You ain't getting no production out of him.
Maybe a teachable moment. It may be a teachable moment. He might
let him walk.
Yeah.
No, man. I ain't gonna, like I said, we ain't in business of trading people, man. You are a good commodity. So even though we can't trust you, what if Juju Smith go down? What if Antonio Brown go down?
Well, but what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do in the meantime?
I don't care what he doing now.
Well, he drawing bad headlines. He drawing bad press. You know, he got
Pittsburgh still gonna keep
attention.
Pittsburgh still gonna keep the train moving. They don't care about him, man.
I guess so.
Because they had a few distractions this season.
Exactly. What's this?
I mean, they had Villanueva out there by himself. They had Antonio Brown. It was a few things, man. Right. It was a few things.
They don't know if he still had it. There's a lot of stuff that was going on.
You know, I don't know, and you know, and like you said, that's one of the teams that you don't really look for this stuff. Now, before we pick our games for the week, I just want to discuss this one thing because I've been standing in support of Hugh Jackson since I found out he took the job in Cleveland. Okay, I've been there with him, Glass. Like every time we had a discussion about it, I always had his back.
I know you did.
I always had his back. But now this thing with DeShone Kizer and should we start him and should we start this other guy and you put the young dude in, you take him out. Now, granted, I think this DeShone Kizer kid is pure garbage. But you know what I'm saying? But you drafted him. Like you know, and every other quarterback you done had has been trash. You got to go with the young kid. And like, what is this doing to his psyche? What is this doing to the young dude? This dude is he leading the league in interceptions right now?
I'm not sure.
He might.
He should be.
He might be. I don't know, JB. Like I said, I had Hugh Jackson's back, but the stuff they've been doing lately with the quarterback, I can't co-sign this. I can't do it.
All right. Well, hey, it ain't got nothing to do with because it's cause and effect. It has nothing to do with what's going on right now. They dropped the ball in 2 drafts. Carson Wentz is having a hell of a season right now. It's another guy they passed up on. Oh, Watson. They didn't want Watson. So whatever's happening right now, it's supposed to. You stuck with the sum of not having a good draft night with the #1 pick 2 years in a row.
Ridiculous. It makes no sense. And I'm thinking,
and the Myles Garrett experience is not panning out either. So then you trade Joe Hayden, and then your bail count go down, and
God, mistake at the like nothing is going right there, dude. Like I'm thinking to myself, he was a smart guy. He been rolling with Marvin Lewis for years. You know, them dudes know what they doing. I'm like, okay, you go and get the job because I know you're going to do something great with this franchise. And man, He is following suit with every other coach that hasn't been there.
I told you since he had that job, that's
Yeah.
not the job for him. You don't grab the first thing that comes at you.
Right.
We all know this is a head coach quicksand, the Cleveland Browns. And you talking about Hugh Jackson. I don't think Hugh Jackson made any of these picks. I think it was the front office making these picks.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just like you said, now you don't have I'll have nothing against Kaiser.
Yeah.
But
Garbage.
you passed up on Goff, Wentz, Dak,
Watson,
and Watson.
Mm-hmm.
You gave. I mean, you would trade it down so that these other teams pick quarterbacks that you need. Right. You haven't had a solid quarterback in damn near two decades.
Right.
I personally think the Cleveland Browns organization is a money laundering front for these other teams. Because how though?
You're right. I mean,
how in the hell you don't want the #1 talent in the draft for years?
Exactly.
Right.
How you let go of first round talent? You pick Joe Hayden was a first round pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when in the running back from a couple of years ago, who they
traded? Why? Right. What are you building for? To lose more? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It's got to be. I mean, you take that job, they don't give every coach that take that job has no control of draft scenarios.
So and you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, Joe Thomas don't need to wait 5 years to get in the Hall of Fame. As soon as he retired, put him up in there now. He dealt with all this BS.
Right.
So he really did.
So
he really did.
What got to happen in Cleveland in order for them to be successful, man? Because I really thought the rebrand with the colors and the uniforms and the new
clean
coach
out the front office.
Yes, they have to go. They have to give some of that power to the coach. Let the coach make some of the decisions, man.
Bring in a legit GM,
and
work on it from there. Did the same just like I told you years back when Reggie McKenzie with the Oakland Raiders. He cleaned out the front office. Look where they at now.
Yep. You had another situation like that in New York with the Jets, and another one which the Snyders are still there in Washington, but they learned.
Yeah.
They learned.
Well, you know what? I really thought he was going to be able to be the catalyst to bring that thing back. So
he has no power.
That's it. You only could do so much if you ain't got no power.
Right. Boy, CPG in the Twitter going at it with D1. If Matt Moore is so good, why did he lose the starting job in Carolina to Jimmy Clausen? Wow, he took it way back there. That's a hard quote.
He went way back.
Yeah, and then he also was about to lose a job to David Garrard. But David Garrard ended up getting hurt or what?
Right.
So
you know what?
How come that guy's never been a QB1? Why there's no jersey sales for Castle as a #1 quarterback?
Not Castle, it's Moore.
Matt Moore.
Him too. It's the same thing. It's synonymous. It's the same thing.
Well, before we
get, I'm saying though, he would never sniff a $50 million contract, let alone this guy's a backup at the very least, man.
Okay, so that's not it because it'll be some all caps tweets coming through. We don't want to do that. It's a little early in the game.
I mean, we're talking about Matt Moore.
We just got back. We just came back. Okay, let's chill. Let's pick these games, Glass. What you got up first, buddy?
Hold on, man. Oh, wait a minute. I can't understand how you could dig so deep. You could dig down that deep to come up with some positive things to say about Matt Moore and Matt Castle and Jimmy Flynn, whatever that cat was. I would talk about if that guy was on my team, I'd talk about Landry and the defense.
Right.
I'm not saying Matt Moore is a starting quarterback, but he is a legit backup, man. That's all I'm saying about him. He's legit, man.
Derek Anderson used to be. Like Derek Anderson used to be a legit backup.
He's a backup garbage can.
Wow.
Okay, Glass.
How many teams that dude been on? It's all 30?
Wow, even on quite a few.
All 30.
I ain't Glass. Set it up, man.
All right, man. The first team.
But Jarvis Landry is #1 talent for sure.
Yeah,
let's be proud. Cameron Wake, Jay Ajayi. Let's talk about them guys.
Okay, cool. All right, we get your point.
Threats, #1 threats.
Go ahead.
All right, we got the 3 and 4 Raiders going up to New Era Field to play the 4-2 Bills. Yes, I said 4-2. Who y'all got, man?
Man, the Raiders been tricky with me this season. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been tricky. They have them breakout games where they do a lot of damage and stuff, especially when Cooper and Carr on the same page and whatnot. But we had a little thing, a little dust up with Marshawn Lynch and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that, he's suspended. This is the game he's going to be suspended for, right?
He's suspended one game.
So, this might be a chance for somebody to kind of give him a jab real quick. Who is Buffalo? Buffalo they've been jabbing folk. They've been jabbing folk. So, and what's the running back's name? He been getting off a little bit doing this thing.
LaShawn McCoy?
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor, the boys been doing it, man. So I know they having some issues at the wide receiver position, but this is a chance for them to, especially with no Marshawn Lynch in there, but Carr and Cooper can explode on you though. I'm going with Buffalo, JB. Where you at?
I'm going Buffalo too, just because they seem like the foundation cracking, man. They're supposed to have the second best offensive line. Marshawn Lynch was supposed to have damn near close to career numbers with this team. Nothing has panned out. Cooper just showed up last week in that 1-point win. Mm-hmm. They got beat by the Ravens, man.
Yeah.
I just no. It'll be close. Carr keep a minute, but I don't think they'll get the W.
Okay, Glass. In which other?
Speaking of cracking and speaking of Carr, I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick. I'm gonna pick the Buffalo Bills for simple fact. They got a nice thing going. They're playing at home, and their defense legit. And because that defense legit, I think this is just my thing. Since the Raiders are in last place, why you bring back Carr so quick? This man almost had his back snapped.
I know.
He's not healed yet. I think they said it takes 6 weeks for that injury to heal.
Mm-hmm.
You bring him back in 2. And you're going to have him go into Buffalo? I hope not, knock on wood, but something might happen to them.
You remember what happened to Carr last year? He goes down and the team goes from here to here.
Right.
Just like that.
I got you.
They couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford it. They was like, no, we're not,
So, okay, let me ask you this. Let's lose a couple of I understand, but you in last place already. Ain't like you was the top of the league.
Yeah.
Let's wait a couple more weeks for that back to heal instead of throwing him up in here. And then he might have damages that may be even worse.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They didn't want to take that chance, man.
Glass, it's really real hard to tell if you ain't hating right now, because I know you don't like the Raiders.
Right.
I am looking for Derek Carr's best interest right now.
Okay.
Hey, he sprinkle a little bit of concern, a little bit of empathy.
I might throw a little, but that I'm for real.
Okay.
Just saying.
I'm just saying that I'm trying to think. He goes down last year. Do they win another game after that? I don't think so.
Maybe one.
So they're like, no, we can't take that chance, man. Not in this division where. Well, obviously you got some teams that were running away with it early. You know what I'm saying? So that was just one team. Actually, it was just Kansas City, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just think what they invested in the most ain't really panned out for them. The defense really. The Car's still forcing to have to outscore people, and that's not how you win.
Right.
When it counts, that's not how you gonna get it done, man.
Nope, they're gonna do something on defense, man. And they got to start drafting some more people around Mac, man, because that dude needs some help, man. He do for real,
Right. So all three of us went with the Bills. Huh?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So what's next?
Next up, we got the 3-4 Chargers going up to Gillette Stadium to play the 5-2 Patriots.
Wait a minute, the Chargers? I thought the Chargers were like 0-1.
No,
3-4, man. 0-1. No,
wait a minute. I could have sworn they won their first game.
Shit, they just whooped us last week.
Oh yeah, they did. Okay, because I thought they were winless. I really thought they were part of the
No, Chargers are 3-4, man, and they should be higher than that. But the Chargers are Chargers.
Well, the Chargers are gritty. I like the Chargers because they're a gritty team. And who they playing against this week?
They're playing the New England Patriots. It's 5-2.
Oh, they're gonna get mopped up. So,
really.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing about the Chargers. Here's the thing. Okay, especially when you're talking about putting up against a team like the Patriots. The Patriots can score. Their defense might be crap right now, But the Patriots still amassed what kind of record they got right now?
5-2.
That's still pretty impressive.
No doubt.
For what they're working with, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying they beat Atlanta, right? They beat some people. I don't know how
come on, man. Atlanta ain't okay. We're gonna let that go. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. Then you're going up against a turnover-prone team like the LA Chargers, who gonna help them. So as much as their defense sucks, as much as the Patriots' defense sucks, watch them get some turnovers against the LA Chargers. Watch.
Did I just hear you throw shade on the Chargers where you usually cape up for them?
I do, but I'm just saying. I like the Chargers.
This is a whole new season here.
They have the tendency to give points to the other team. like Phillip Rivers is my dude, man. But sometimes he see the other jerseys more than he see his own man. So you know.
So you're going with Patties.
I'm going with the Pats, man. I think it's going. It ain't even gonna be a contest.
And you going with the Patriots, the team that you.
I know.
JB.
I know.
What you got, bro?
Yeah, they must have had something in your prescription, man. Skating the wrong stuff.
I'm on a bunch of drugs right now, so it's all.
I'm telling you, man, they must have got you good, man. But I'm going Melvin Gordon and a whole bunch of Phillip Rivers, man, and they can't stop a nosebleed. They just try to manage the clock because they know the defense.
You say that, dude, but you act like the Chargers don't turn that rock over. Dude,
the Patriots turn it over too.
A game. They average about 2.5 a game.
Well, check it out, because there will be a fall gate the way they try to, they played the other team the other night.
Yeah.
I just think the Chargers, they'll win this one, man. I'm taking the Chargers in a close one.
Okay, I don't agree with that, but Glass, where you at?
Hey, me and JB right there.
All right, there.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I know the Patriots are, Patriots folklore right now. They the best thing since sliced bread, but they 5-2. So that means you got a chance. And I think this is when the Chargers gonna get it together. They got a legit defense. They got a legit run game. I know Rivers throw interceptions, but I'm gonna use his arm against Tom Brady on this one. They're gonna go into the Gillette Stadium, shock the world, and come out with a W. And just like this season's been going this year,
hey, ain't been two people that went into Gillette and been able to do that, and that was KC and Carolina. Ain't nobody else gonna be able to do that, dude. I'm just letting you know.
Wait. Carolina went up in there, damn near half the league could do it then.
Well, not that Carolina team that day. Not that day,
Come on,
that's the way Carolina is.
Hey, but if you think about it, granted, ironically, it's divisional teams. Well, they in the same division. The Chargers are built similar to KC. With speedy guys, good running backs, savvy quarterback.
And I agree with all that. I just know the quarterback. I know what he does, and I know in the clutch time, and they got a chance to close this thing out, and we know what happens. I
cannot believe I'm sitting here listening to Big Q throwing Rivers under the bus.
Tell me when you sit there watching the Chargers
4
game.
Years.
I know what I said, but I'm at a point where I'm frustrated. Now you can't tell me this season, last season, you've been sitting there watching the Chargers game, and you're thinking, oh, the Chargers getting ready to pull us out under unsurmountable circumstances, and Phillip Rivers turned the ball over. And then walk around like it ain't nothing. Like, whatever, I made a bad mistake, bad decision, whatever. It's nothing. You know what I mean?
I'm used to me and JB saying that. I ain't used to you saying that. I'm just saying.
I just know that the Patriots been kind of skirting by without some of their things. They should have lost 2 in a row these past 2. But you seen how what they'll do. They took advantage of certain situations when it happened. All they need to do is get lucky one time or an extra possession. And fighting claw to stop you with the ones that count, and they'll end up winning that game. But luckily, the referees had their back with the Jets game, and they outscored the Falcons. So that should have been 2 L's in a row. They'll get this one, though, coming up.
Okay. All right. I don't agree with either one of y'all, but whatever.
2-1. Yeah. All right, next up, we got the 3-3 Falcons going up to MetLife Stadium and play the 3-4 New York Jets.
Wow. Now, this one's intriguing to me. It is. You got the Jets D, right? You got the Jets D, and they've been kind of a little bit explosive on defense. I mean, on offense too. Like they super unpredictable though. You know what I mean? It's like shooting craps for real. Like they look awesome at moments, and then other times you're like, what the hell's going on? I don't even know who's the dude running around under center. Who is that guy? Who is that? I don't even know who he is.
McCown.
Oh yeah, it's Josh McCown. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but man, I don't know. But against the Falcons, right? Who are, been kind of inconsistent. Julio Jones ain't really been living up to the hype. Mr. Hung 300 on. Like JB like to bring up whatever. I ain't seen that Julio. I ain't seen that Julio. JB. I ain't seen him. Where you at?
Y'all got to play him twice coming up, right?
Yeah, but where he at? I mean, he might show up for Carolina. He ain't showing up for nobody else.
That's all that mattered to him. That's all that really mattered.
He ain't showing up nowhere else. Okay, so where they playing at? In Atlanta, or are they playing on the road?
Who? They're playing on the road. They're playing at MetLife.
Oh yeah, you said that. Okay,
Yeah.
so you know what? Part of me, Glass, really want to take the Jets because that's the exciting pick, right? A part of me want to do it, and knowing the way, like just following the ebb and flow of the season this season, it seemed like that's where I should land. But Atlanta kind of been going through some stuff, okay, and I think this is where they kind of bounce back a little bit. You know what I mean? So, because somebody got to win the division in the South. Somebody got to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, they need to put up a fight for it. You know what? Despite everything that's going on inside of me right now, I'm going with Atlanta, JB.
Before we move on, before JB put out the pick, shout out to Rob Iman here on YouTube. He asked a quick question.
Ain't working. I don't know. It ain't working.
He asked a quick question. If the Browns get blown out Sunday, does Hugh Jackson get fired? No. Hugh Jackson no. He in purgatory right now. He got to stay to the end.
In fact, they got to blame somebody. They got to blame somebody for this. So, they're gonna blame him until the end. Yeah. So, and he still might get fired at the end of the season. They might let him, bungle this thing out until they're able to figure out what they really want to do.
Right.
I don't see him being fired no time soon. I just don't.
All right, JB, go ahead, bro.
Oh, my pick. I just think I got Atlanta. I just think too much Coleman, too much Julio.
I just said Julio been missing in action.
He won't beat us. He showed up last week. Asked Butler about the ball he snatched out of his hand so hard, threw him on the ground.
Okay. But he only got targeted at one time, right?
Well, he made that one time count.
That's right. See, that's where we got a problem. So you're picking the Falcons, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Jets for the simple fact, and I don't think Atlanta know what the hell they doing right now. They lost. Ever since they got rid of Shanahan and brought in Sarkisian, they having problems. I think Sarkisian's sitting here trying to do his own thing, going against the grain of what Shanahan did. He needs to humble himself, keep everything that as is like it was last year, so everything going, because there's no reason why Julio Jones was only targeted one time last week. Right. And you see what happened when he got targeted that one time. Now, until that happens.
I go to chat. I was like, what the hell? Nah. At the end of the show, I got the chat up. Okay, never mind.
Until things change, I'm gonna go with the Jets. Cause I like what the Jets doing. They come at you hard. I know they 3 and 4?
3 and 4.
But they come at you hard. And I like what's the head coach name? I'm just
Lynn. No, is it Lynn?
No. I just drew a blank. But I like the head coach. Put it like that. It'll come to me.
Too many weapons.
I got the Jets. Man. I got
too many weapons.
You know what? I'm telling you, I'm feeling the Jets so much, man. But I just feel like Atlanta got to bounce back somewhere. They got to bounce back somewhere. And there's an AFC team, and I mean, true, they jump around and they fly around and everything like that. I think the Falcons can handle it. I think the Falcons is going to go back to their old ways and just outscore them.
It just depends on which half the defense want to play.
Right.
They play the second half, just lose.
Right.
If Falcons defense play the first half, we seen that one, right?
Yeah. Okay. So what's next?
Last game. This is the battle of the mediocres. And I know Lauren gonna love this one. We got the 3-3 Dallas Cowboys going up to FedEx Field to play the Washington professional team that's also 3-3.
Will Josh Norman be back?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Can't pick Washington right here.
So you going with Dallas and FedEx?
I'm not saying it on air.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'll mark you down what I think you want to go.
All right.
So, what Dallas did over the last 2 years? I mean, 2 weeks. I know they was on them by last week, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I just told you 3-3.
Yeah. Okay.
And they won last week.
I saw Kirk Cousins a little bit pissed last week. he was a little bit upset, right, with the outcome of that game because they lost that game, right?
34-24. Eagles beat them.
Yeah. He was pissed off. There's another divisional game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Dallas honestly, they I don't know. See, then I think about Ezekiel Elliott, man. I just watch what this dude doing, just him by himself. Even if Dak is not really, playing up to Dak level, Zeke is still a pounder, dude. Like, I'm just saying, right? Yeah. It's hard to stop that dude. And I hate the fact that he's even playing right now. He shouldn't even be playing right now. But, Lauren, look, I can't go with your team this week. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay, Rob said I'll take Redskins to upset. Lauren said, "How we rude, Lauren? I'll don't think we
Oh,
ruled.
I think she's talking to JV.
Oh, okay. And she said Washington is winning this one for sure. I can't go with that.
Nope.
Unless y'all find a way to stop Ezekiel.
Gotta stop Ezekiel Elliott, man.
I can't.
The Washington defenses ain't there for that. It ain't there for that. It just not.
Yeah,
that dude gonna have 175 yards.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna feed him. They're gonna force feed him.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going with the Cowboys.
I just seen the guy that y'all gave all these high praises to about how much of a magician he is at quarterback. Carson Wentz, and he dropped some dimes on Washington secondary. What like, you know, the few that he threw, you said 7, right?
Yeah.
But he dropped some dimes on them. This is the Josh Norman-less secondary. So I mean, I think with the threat of a run game like what Dallas has, and you know, of course, Des Bryant's out there, I just don't see how they could put it together enough, you know.
Right. Yeah, she said she's gonna take the green check.
But stranger things has happened in this league up to this point.
She said she's gonna take the green check, and you know, we're gonna get the red X. So
okay,
you know?
Okay.
All right.
It is what it is, right? You know, I was thinking, do we got time for winners, losers, locks, or no?
That's not 9:03. Well, shoot, man, we're back for the first time, man. We're back for the first time.
We're going overtime.
We're gonna go for it. Oh, my graphic ain't even there. Okay, cool. So I don't know if the graphic disappeared. Anyway, winners, losers, and locks. Let's do it. And since the graphic didn't pop up for the people, it's new people in the chat. We give winners, losers, and something that we think is a show enough lock for the week to come. I'm gonna start with you, Glass. Winner, what you got?
Let's see. I'm going to say my winner. I'm put out there going this grain with my Chicago Bears. I'm gonna say Drew Brees gonna break some records.
Okay.
This week against my hometown Chicago Bears. So I got my lock is going to be the New Orleans Saints, who are in first place in NFC South.
Place.
Wow.
First
place.
Out
of nowhere, like 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
But 2 weeks in a row, Carolina and Atlanta done lost games. So
this is after trading and releasing star players.
I know, right? Adrian Peterson, right? You know what I mean?
Hey, Brandon Cooks.
And I'm surprised that we didn't even talk about this, but 80 yards and 11 carries in New Orleans in the time that he was there. Like, what he played, like, 2-3 games? He goes to Arizona and we're going to get 125 yards.
2 touchdowns, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Anyway, but look, the Bears, remember, they got 3 interceptions last week. So that defense, it ain't no slouch now.
Oh, no doubt. We're talking about Drew Brees.
Okay, JV, what you got for a winner?
Phillip Rivers. I don't know what that thing is that you wear around your neck. It ain't a necktie.
It's a bolo tie.
Press conference. He gonna have one of them on. Phillip Rivers winner for this week coming up. For sure.
Wow. Okay, so listen, this is what I'm gonna say. The New York Giants won their first game against the Denver Broncos last week. And I think they're going to buy this week, right?
Yeah.
I think they're going to buy this week. So that means that who's left? The Cleveland Browns, right? And the San Francisco 49ers?
Mm-hmm.
Are they both? Look, I'm going to say, who the Niners play this week?
The Niners play, they're going to lose wherever they play. They play Eagles.
Yeah, they're going to lose. I can't give it to them. Who Cleveland got?
They have Minnesota.
Okay, Minnesota banged up a little bit. Look, I'm gonna give Cleveland a shot. Cleveland gonna win their first game this week against the Minnesota Vikings. That's who I got. Okay, so losers. Let's start with the losers. Okay, I think we already said it. It was gonna be who was New England playing against again?
Chargers.
Yes, Phillip Rivers gonna throw the game away again.
Gosh.
Yeah, just when you think that the Chargers getting ready to celebrate a win over one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Phillip Rivers gonna show you why he's always been that guy. Phillip Rivers loser for the week. I got Phillip Rivers. Okay, Glass, where you at?
I hate to say it. Shouts out to Diego AA Sports, but 49 is not going to win this game in Lincoln Financial against the Eagles. So my loser is going to be the 49ers.
Oh, definitely. They're going to get mopped up hard. So it ain't even going to be funny. You okay, JB? Who you got?
Hey, who the Steelers got?
Oh, here you go.
Detroit Lions.
Okay, so the loser is Martavius Bryant because Juju gonna have about 3 touchdowns. If he in your fantasy league, start him. Start him now. I got him on my team. I'm starting that guy for sure.
Wow, that's funny, man. That's funny. Okay, listen, is Carolina on the bye this week? No, right? Are they?
Who, Carolina?
Yeah, I thought they were. Are they not?
No, they playing your rival, Tampa Bay.
Oh, this is
down.
great. This is great. So this is my lock right here.
Oh,
Cam then had a rough week, and we know what happened when we have a rough week. He had a rough week with the female reporter, and he came back against the Patriots and had one of the best games of his career. Okay, so this is my lock. Carolina gonna hang the 40 on Tampa Bay, and Jameis Winston gonna be praising the Lord about some other stuff because he ain't gonna be doing it about winning this game. So there we go. I got. Look, Cam bounced back. I'm telling you,
Did you say drop 40?
Drop 40, because Cam gonna be pissed, right? You know what I'm saying? And he gonna be pissed off. KB and them boys they got his back. I'm saying Carolina 40, Tampa Bay 17.
Hey,
Luke Kuechly might be coming back next week. I read that too.
Look though, Glass. We on his Twitter, right?
Yeah.
If you get 38, I'm trolling, bro. You said 40. You said 40.
CPG asked me about
trolling.
Aguayo. You know, from didn't he get fired from Tampa for missing all them kicks and get Carolina?
Yeah, he did. He did.
I mean, he'll sit back there and not do nothing. We still got Gano. We good. We good. We ain't gonna be using that dude to kick no field goal. So he all right, unless something crazy happen to Gano. You know what I mean? But yeah, 40 points gonna get dropped on Tampa Bay. That's a lock right there, JB. What you got?
Ravens win tomorrow night in the Color Rush game at home against the Dolphins. We ain't got nobody to throw it to. We got nobody to protect Joe. We done lost a couple games in a row to horrible teams. But just because it's Miami and Matt Moore, Ravens win.
D1, you hear that? Wow. I know you out there.
Ravens win. Because we always win against this team. Ravens win.
You kind of do. So, you got a point there. Yeah. Even though he said that his quarterback owned all our quarterbacks. That's what he said.
Well, Ravens have nobody to throw it to.
Yeah.
We have nobody to protect the quarterback. We have no running game, and we're giving up a 100-yard rusher for 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
But we still gonna beat Miami. Lock it in.
Wow, that's a serious one right there. All right, Glass, let's round it up with you, bro.
This might be my lock.
Come on.
Might be my lock for the rest of the season, man. Since Hugh Jackson got the job at Cleveland, they only won 1 game.
1 game.
They won it. They're 1 in 23.
1 in 23.
Let's keep the ish rolling. This is my lock. They'll get their ass whooped by the Minnesota Vikings.
Wow.
Come on, improve to 0-7.
Oh, they 0-7 now. They're gonna go 0-8.
Oh my gosh. Look, you ain't giving them.
They not even gonna win a game this year. Q, don't even say they not gonna win. They will not win a game this year.
Who they playing again?
They playing Minnesota this week.
Yeah. I'm picking them to win. I'm picking them to win this
Cleveland,
week.
Right? I said
what they playing? What they playing at? In Cleveland?
They playing in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, they gonna win this week for sure.
Oh. You in the top 10 in the pick 'em and shut up league, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice seeing you, man.
Oh goodness, that was a short blow right there. That was good.
Hey, this game gonna put me over the top.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, Glass, since you full of that vinegar tonight, look, go ahead and put yourself over because it's been a while.
Hey man, this is a beautiful thing. Glad you better, Big Q. Yeah. Glad we back on here. Appreciate it. Like I said before, this is the right time halfway through the season, man.
Yeah, right. You predicted it, right?
Woo! Anyway, this is your boy Glass from Give It Sports, a place where you get your sports the way you want it. You can find, if you don't find me here, you can find me on Give It Sports. We ain't on YouTube, we're not live, but you can check out the YouTube channel at Give It Sports 2. You can follow us on Twitter, me at Give It Sports, my partner in crime, Brandon at LEB412. Check out the blog page at giveisports.wordpress.com. You got any comments, questions, D1, if you want to shoot the ish, let me know. Hit me up on the email at giveisports2, that's number 2, at gmail.com.
Hey, D1 gonna be hitting JB up.
Oh yeah.
You just shut him down.
D1 just got targeted
anyway because they play each other this Sunday anyway, so it's all good. All right, JB, put yourself over.
The game is tomorrow night.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Anyway, Q, I'm glad you're back. Glad to be back in front of the camera. Glad to be back with my bros here. Really ain't got really nothing else because we 8 weeks in.
Yeah.
Just my team ain't been backing me up, so I'm not all that active on Twitter, and I shouldn't do that, but it is what it is.
Come on, man.
Anyway, anyway, you can always find me here on lives from this point on, right, Q? Glass?
That's right. From this point, we good.
All right. And on Twitter, depending on if the Ravens are winning or not, at Ravens Show.
Hey, it's all good. It is what it is. Hey, listen, I appreciate everybody who stuck with us through our hiatus or whatever. And again, like, you know what I'm saying, like me, you know, going through the stuff that I went through, I'm glad the people who stuck with me and supported me during that, I definitely appreciate it. All my Urban Arena guys, man, look, you know, y'all guys, y'all still been doing it, still been pushing it. Glad to see that still going, you know what I mean? Like, but it's so good to be back with y'all fellas, man. Like, I know we tried to do it last week and it didn't really pop out. And maybe it wasn't time. You know what I mean? But we had a good show tonight. Again, had a blast with you guys. Anybody who want to follow me, man, you can follow me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. Check me out right here on TeamBoydTV live with my bros. I don't know if we're going to get Game Time back up and running before the end of the season. It's just a lot of weird logistic stuff going on right now. But we'll see. I ain't going to completely rule it out. You know what I mean? We'll see. Maybe a playoff special. Who knows? But anyway, you guys have been awesome. Rob, Eman, CPG, Lauren, Carlos, Murillo, a lot of people in the chat, which I didn't even have to chat up because that's how much out of practice we've been. But we'll see you guys next week for sure. In week 9 on TeamBoydTV Live. You guys take it easy.
We'll get some Matt Moore tomorrow, right?
We do.
All right, then. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, y'all take it easy. Take it easy, peace. Well, you crazy, man.